So, you know that amazing feeling when you finally nail all the settings? It's awesome, right? But what if I told you that chasing technical perfection could actually be the very thing holding you back? Today, we're diving into exactly that, why we've got to stop stopping when things are just technically perfect.
Okay, let's kick things off with something I bet a lot of us have felt. That feeling of hitting a wall, a plateau. In photography, or really any creative field, this often looks like something I call the technical proficiency trap. Every creative journey has these stages, right? Let's call them levels. We all start at level one, literacy. This is just learning the lingo, the basic tools, the what of it all. Then we work our way up to level two, proficiency. This is where we master the how. We figure out those workflows that give us consistent, predictable results. And look, these steps are absolutely necessary. You can't skip them. But they're not the end of the road.
But this right here, this is exactly where that trap snaps shut. So many of us get to that point of technical competence where we can reliably get a good, clean shot, and we just stop. We think, hey, I've mastered the how, so I'm done. But that couldn't be further from the truth.
And here's the really harsh reality of it all. It is totally 100% possible to create a technically excellent photo. Perfect exposure, tack sharp, amazing gear, that is just fundamentally boring. An image with zero soul. That's the technical proficiency trap. So, if getting the settings perfect isn't the end goal, then what is? Where does the real value in a photograph actually come from? Well, the secret isn't in your camera body or your lens. It's all about what's in the frame. It's time to talk about where the true value lives, the composition.
This is a really, really important mental shift we have to make. Your technique, it's just a support system. All that amazing technical skill doesn't actually create the value in a photo. All it does is support what's already there. Think about it like the stage crew for a Broadway show. They're essential, right? The show can't happen without them, but they aren't the story. And a great technical shot can support a brilliant composition, but listen to me on this, it can never save a bad one. Because at the end of the day, what's in the frame matters most. What you choose to put inside that frame, how you arrange things, the story you're hinting at, the emotion you're trying to create, that is the composition. And that, my friends, is where the real value, the real power of any visual art comes from. It's so much more important than what fuss stop you used.
And look, the proof is everywhere. Just think about it for a second. I bet you've seen a photo that's technically flawed. Maybe it's a little blurry, maybe it's got some grain, but it's still absolutely captivating. It just pulls you in. And I'm sure you've also seen a technically perfect photo that you scrolled right past because it had zero visual interest. What's the difference? It's always the composition. To really drive this point home, let's grab a metaphor from a totally different art form. We're going to talk about playing scales versus actually composing music.
Okay, so think about it. On one side, you've got playing scales. In our world, that's mastering those workflows, knowing all the technical rules by heart. It proves you're competent, for sure, but it doesn't mean you're writing a good song. Then, on the other side, you have composing music. This is where you know the technical stuff so well, it's just muscle memory. Now, you can put 100% of your brain power into how the picture is actually built, into the art itself. And that is the goal. That's what we should all be aiming for. Level 3, artistry. This is that magical place where the technical stuff is so deeply ingrained in you that you don't even think about it anymore. It's like breathing. And when that happens, your mind is finally free to focus completely on what actually matters: the art, the story, the composition. Okay, so what do we do with all this? How do we actually break out of that proficiency trap? Well, it all boils down to one simple but really powerful idea. It's time to shift our focus. So here's the challenge. We have got to stop relying on our technical settings as a safety net. It feels good, doesn't it? It's comfortable. It makes us feel safe from failure. But we have to realize that that safety net can very easily become a creative cage. So what does that shift actually look like in the real world? Well, it means we stop obsessing over the newest camera, the sharpest lens. We have to move beyond just the technical tools. It means we start spending way more of our time and energy learning about composition, and maybe most importantly, we need to get back to the first principles, the fundamentals of what makes a picture great in the first place. We're talking about light, shadow, story, emotion, the real stuff. So I'll leave you with this one simple question to ask yourself about your own work. Are you just playing scales, or are you ready to start composing?